with it. That's when I realized this song isn't about me at all. It's about him and his music. The sort of genius that he is. Eventually I'll start singing at some point. Hey, I sound better than I did before.
Woo!
So that just gives you an idea of what is to come.
Yeah.
And I think the cool part about it for me was that I really think that the songs that he did, and I'm talking a lot about the music today because the theme of this year's con is music in anime and in games. And when I first auditioned, I thought, well, my voice isn't right for this at all. You want someone with a really high, clear tone. And when I got the job, I thought, really? Because my voice doesn't fit this style at all. But that's what he was going for. For those of you that have played Silent Hill, you know that it's a really dark, scary, moody piece. And it's a terrifying game. And it's all of the fear. Yes, there are monsters and everything, but most of it is just you walking through a hallway with a flashlight, you know. And it's all audio design. So you hear these things in the background, and you think to yourself, what is that, you know? And I realized then that what they're doing is creating a sound that my mind, what I'm visualizing is after me or behind the door, is probably a lot more terrifying than sometimes what an animator can do, because it's really specific to me. It's my own imagination doing this. So it's all this idea of playing against what you would normally think you would hear or you would see. And that's why he picked me to sing these songs, because I don't have a high, clear voice at all, you know. Mine's pretty deep, you know, and kind of raspy and a little bit husky. But to play the contrast of these sort of like Letter was just this simple, light, young little voice song, but he wanted the contrast of my voice playing against the music itself. And through that, I think he created something really unique and really special that really enhances the game, as it were. So that's sort of the music side of what I've been doing. And I really want to open this up to you guys, because I'm here for you. So I would love to answer questions and just open up a discussion on what we're doing and what I'm doing, and I'll try and talk about some things that I'm working on, some things I can't talk about because they're still in the works, but otherwise there's a microphone right there and you can ask me anything. Tell me your name, please. Always introduce yourself, because I want to know who you are. You know who I am, so.
I'm Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
I just want to say thank you for coming here. I love Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex.
Thank you.
You're the reason I watched it. I mean, Kristen ain't half bad, but yeah.
Thanks.
I was wondering, out of all the roles you've played, out of the characters, did you have a favorite one in particular?
Well, Motoko is pretty much at the top of the list. It's one of those roles. And I say that because it's one of those roles that I really didn't even have to audition for. I think I was probably auditioning for it as we did the first volume of episodes, because we went in and recorded it, and I sort of, because of time constraints, I ended up directing myself, and I think my idea of what Motoko was and what Yutaka and Kevin wanted were very different. So we had to go back in and re-record everything. And I was all, and I fought them, you know, I was just, no, she should sound like this. And then I watched the first episode and I said, you were completely right, I was completely wrong. But once you get through that, you know, sort of struggle to find the character, I was never more comfortable playing a role than her. I just thought she was, and for someone with my kind of voice, there are very few roles in anime, you know, I'm not Sandy Fox. I don't have that high, cute little voice, you know, and I can't do that, you know. I could try, but nobody would want to listen to it. So to find a role like her, who's the lead, and who is that strong and that powerful and that confident, was amazing. So for me, it was really a dream job. Although there are two other roles that are sort of my personal favorites. When I started directing Spike Spiegel, Cowboy Bebop, I'd be watching, and my husband would come in and say, "Are you getting obsessed with this show?" And I said, "I know, there's something really wrong with me, honey, but I think I'm falling in love with an animated character named Spike Spiegel." Downstairs yesterday and bought a cell. I'm still, it's like he's my first love of anime, Spike. You know, and then you put Steve Bloom's voice to it in the movie and you're just, hello. So when Julia came, and you know, the whole series talks about Julia this, and he's always da-da-da-da-da, and then the minute I saw her, I went, well, she's blonde, I'm blonde. She wears black. I like to wear black. She loves Spike. I want to play Julia, you know. And then in Wolf's Rain, it was... There's something about playing villains that is just so satisfying. To be able to sink your teeth into a role, pardon the pun, like Lady Jagara, I thought she was fabulous. Short, sweet, psychotic, lonely, flawed, bizarre, loves to spin, you know, I just, all over her. And that was the one of the few shows that I actually got to see the whole thing before I started directing it, or most of it before I started directing. So when I saw her, I turned to Kay, who was our producer at Zero Limit, and I said, yeah, I'm gonna play Jagara. I really wanna play Jagara. So that's my only request, I wanna play her, so. You know, so I've been really lucky to play the roles that I have, but those are probably my favorites.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ashley.